Hey everyone, we're still basking in the afterglow of yesterday's Perseverance landing on Mars. Fantastic event. If you missed it, check it out. There's all kinds of good material on YouTube. I'm going to show you a quick video clip from YouTube. This is something you can look at. This is just the header.
Missions sent to Mars have been successful, and Perseverance will have to endure a vicious and complicated launch sequence as its creators wait, powerless to intervene, waiting for news of its success back in Pasadena. The Perseverance rover is the largest and heaviest rover JPL has ever sent to Mars, heavier than the Curiosity rover by 100 kilograms, and with that extra weight comes a whole host of new gadgets. This isn't some slightly upgraded version of the Curiosity rover. Perseverance is benefiting from almost 10 years of advancement of technology. It's packed with fascinating and novel technologies that will form a stepping stone in humankind's eventual first steps on the surface of the red planet. This is the insane engineering of the Perseverance rover.
That is an excellent video. One of the things they talk about in that video is how they're planning for later manned missions. So they're carrying some experiments and some systems on board that are kind of checking out how they're going to do things in support of people actually going to Mars. One of the problems is creating oxygen. They talk about that. So check that. That's an excellent video. It is such a difference when you look at what the aerospace engineers are doing and you look at what the evolutionists are doing. It's really sad. How does evolution actually work? People are asking about this. If you talk to an evolutionist, one of the key mechanisms they'll talk about, among many, is gene duplication. In fact, there's a lot of faith has been put into gene duplication. What is it? So evolution is supposed to operate at the genetic level ultimately. I mean, that's what's going on. You have these random mutations happening in the DNA, so creating new genes. Gene duplication is the idea that you have a gene that gets duplicated and evolution can operate, random mutations can occur in this second copy. The first one is there continuing to do its job, so you have kind of a free shot here. You've got this second one that doesn't really have to do that function anymore. So mutations can accumulate in that free copy and search through the sequence space and try and find a new function, a new structure, a new protein, for example. Great idea, right? Well, I'm going to tell you some problems with that in this video. 3 main problems. First, there is the problem of pre-existence. Gene duplication, by definition, assumes the pre-existence of a gene. You have to have a gene in order to duplicate it to create a new gene. Not only do you need a gene to exist, but you need all the molecular machinery that made the copy of that gene. Much of that molecular machinery is proteins, and those proteins are going to have to need genes that created them, that had the information to create them. You have the pre-existence of a lot of things, a lot of genes. So how is this supposed to help evolution, which needs to create life out of non-life? So you have a big problem right off the bat that gene duplication presupposes, requires the existence of a lot of stuff. Secondly, even if you were to duplicate a gene and start exploring the sequence space is rugged. It's not smooth, it's not close to being smooth, it's very rugged, and so when you have a change happen, it doesn't really lead toward something better. You don't have this smooth, increasing fitness landscape leading toward another protein. Instead, the fitness goes up and down, up and down, up and down, a rugged landscape. Here's a paper that was published a few years ago, right here, that gets at this problem in a particular way. The editor of this journal took a lot of grief for allowing this paper to be published. This paper is critical of gene duplication and explains that it isn't going to cut it. It's not going to support evolutionary change the way it is thought to. And he took a lot of grief for allowing that, and he's not going to do that again. This is the problem with evolutionary quote-unquote science. Compare that to landing on Mars, right? It's sad. Okay, so 2 problems. The existence problem and then the rugged fitness landscape problem. Number 3, Occam's razor parsimony. What does that mean? So if this is true, if evolution proceeded by gene duplication significantly, if this is a significant mechanism in the history of evolution, the gene duplication process itself must have been created by what? Evolution. So you have this weird kind of circular argument that evolution creates evolution. You needed evolution up and running to create all these things, not knowing what's going to happen when it creates these things. And then, well, lo and behold, aha, you have a new fantastic evolutionary mechanism created by all this. You see how this is getting kind of silly? This violates a well-known rule of science called parsimony or Occam's razor. You cannot have these increasingly complex theories that are drawing on unlikely sequence of events in order to make your theory be true. So 3 problems: the existence problem, the rugged landscape, and Occam's razor. We don't believe in evolution because of the science. We don't believe in it because of the evidence. We believe in it because of an underlying religion. I'll explain that in later videos. Religion drives science and it matters.